This is another grandfather clock I've got in for restoration. It's quite a late one, this. Maybe as late as sort of 1850, something like that. I'm going to start with the door. That's got a few problems. It did have a missing lock, so I've made a new one to fit the space that was there. That looks right. This big chunk missing in the corner, a little nick there, and also it's not flat. It's cut, and it's cut that way, which is the more awkward way of having to put it right. It's better when they cut the other way. I'm going to start with this corner. It's veneered onto a pine carcass. I don't want to remove any of this. Just want to get this front edge cleaned up. So I can splice a new bit in. At first you suspect this to be mahogany, but you have these light sappy bits here. When you cut into it, it's a lot lighter than you'd expect. It looks like walnut. So I've cut the other side where there was some damage here, and this isn't a sappy part, and again it's very pale and it looks like walnut. If that was mahogany, that would be quite a dark reddish colour. This is a piece of walnut which seems to be quite a good match. It's nice and tight, so I'm going to cut this down into some thick veneer and use it to splice in these missing bits. I need to try and flatten this door out. And it's fairly flat to that point there. On the other side to about there. So it's just that bit. It's about 3.5 inches. So I'll put some saw curves in down to here. And see if I can push it down flat. Put some wedges in to try and pull it together. I may have to put some straps across because it's cupping the wrong way. If it was cupping this way it'd be easy, you could just jam them in, but it's not, so this is an awkward way of doing it, but I'll see how it goes. cut 9 grooves in the back of this door, so it's quite flexible now. It'll flatten out. I've cut a load of strips, and they just need skimming down now, so they just fit in those slots. I've skimmed them down, I've taken an extra shaving off so that they're loose. I've got the clamps on so they're just on this top edge, so when I tighten it up it flattens it out. Just check that it is flat. These should be about there. Those are a bit tight. It's okay, because I want to do it a little bit tighter, because it's bound to spring back a little bit. I'll take a little bit more off them and then glue them in. It's a bit hit and miss, this method. It's not a guarantee that it's going to work. I might have to do some more cuts later on then. Right, I've left it to dry overnight. The bottom is dead straight and the top is cut the other way a little bit. But I'm going to find out how it works now when the clamps are taken off. That's flat. And that's cooked a little bit the other way, but it might be alright. If it's not, I can just put some saw kerfs in here just to release the tension a little bit, but I think that'll probably be okay. I'll need to trim all these off, flush that off, and just put it in the case and see how it looks. And then this will be re-veneered in oak to cover all this up. The bottom of the door is pretty flat, cups a little bit the other way but not so much. top cups a little bit more, but only about 1/16 of an inch. When it's on the case it looks fine, you can barely see it. It closes, it locks, it does everything it's supposed to do. I was thinking of putting a few saw kerfs in, but I think it's probably best leaving it alone, because I'm going to veneer this with animal glue, so it might swell these strips up a little bit and push it back flatter. Whether it shrinks back again, you don't know. It's a bit of a guessing game, this type of thing. I had another look at this last night. I thought I'd try and flatten out a little bit more, so I cut these four again about halfway down, put new strips in. Whether it's a good idea or not, I don't know. It is a little bit flatter, so I'll clean this up and then veneer it. I've got a bit of oak veneer which I've taped together to get it wide enough. Melted up some animal glue. I always coat the veneer as well. This glue's quite thin. I just find you get a better bond if you do it like this. Just giving this a second quick coat to make sure there's enough glue on. Don't want too much because I've got to squeeze it out, but it will soak into the wood a little bit. While the glue's nice and fresh, I've remelted it with the iron, squeezed out the excess glue, and I'll just put a board on just to leave it for a bit to dry out some of the moisture out of it, and then I can re-iron it and stick it down proper. It's dried out a bit now. That's fairly flat now. Yeah, that's not bad.